Hi there, and thank you for clicking on my video. um, if you've been watching these, this has been a small series on discussing how to mod for the Archon mods. And all of them have basically been showing how to effectively mod for each situation, and it's involved several stat stick uh, several warframes that have like stat sticks or exalted weapons, and even like pseudo exalted. Um, but this is one that I've been sort of thinking about. Maybe I should put it off or something. But Khora can't use any of them, of the new Archon mods, even when it doesn't make sense. There is some logic that is shown elsewhere, but like, let's go over each of the Archon mods. If this is your first time seeing them, here they are. You have Archon Stretch. Most of these mods, except for this one, triggers on dealing an element with your ability. So you have electricity, you have toxin, you have cold, you have heat, and there's conditions for each one. So let's go over them real quick. Archon Stretch, 45 ability range. Abilities that deal electricity damage restore 2 energy per second over 5 seconds. Okay. Archon Continuity. Abilities that inflict Toxin status effect will also receive a corrosive status effect. Cool. Uh, Archon Flow, equivalent to Energy Max of Prime Flow. Enemies killed by cold have a 10% chance of dropping an energy orb with a 10-second cooldown. This is surprisingly fine. I know people were joking about the cooldown. I didn't notice an issue. And after doing the math, if it triggers fast enough, like if you're doing like a survival and you're really amping the damage, it's equal to a quarter of an Arcane Energize. I'm not mad about that. But you have to be dealing cold, so obviously Frost is pretty happy. Arcane Vitality. This is Ember's mod, basically. 440% health. Status effects from abilities that deal heat damage will be applied twice. This doubles the status effect of heat, even though that's not what this mod implies. Okay. But that's how it appears to be proccing right now. So how you would trigger this is you would use your ability, and you would hit something that deals, hit them with an ability that does heat. The math hasn't been figured out on this, as far as I know. There's probably something funky with it that can be abused. But anyway. And the final one, Archon Intensify, is a direct replacement for Intensify. And if you can keep the health regen going, will out heal, or will be stronger than Transient Fortitude, because Transient Fortitude gives you 55. This would give you 60. But that's if you're able to keep the healing going. Because it's only on health restore, not healing something. So you have to have, like, say right now I'm at 925 health because I have Archon Vitality on. I would have to have a lower health value than 925, and I would have to heal myself with an ability. And Venari doesn't count. Okay, so let's go over each of these, and then we'll complain. Okay, so we're modded for heat, so what we're looking for is a double heat proc in terms of triggering it. This is how it's worked on the rest of the stat sticks. It's dealing a single heat proc. Let's do electricity next. That one's easy to see, because all you need is just to have it on the weapon. You do not need to deal electricity proc. Alright, so we have electricity status. Electricity damage is being triggered. And let's do another one where it's the extra strength on healing. Hold on, I gotta kill something first. Okay, so we're down. I'm gonna heal. My health is going up. You can see the Venari heal. And I'm not getting the bonus strength. Let's move to the next one. Okay, so we did... What was that? Electricity. We did the heal. Let's do Toxin next. That one's easy. Alright, so we have Toxin. They're a little weak to see it, but we triggered a Toxin. We did not get the bonus. What was the other one? Kill on cold. With this one, you just need to have cold on the weapon. And you'll get an icon in the top right. I'll do a couple of these so the chance of RNG. Alright, so that's 40. That's 30. And it's a 10% proc to get it. Alright, so a couple of runs, or a couple of groups killed, doesn't trigger. None of these trigger on Khora. And considering all of these can be used on Atlas, where they have a stat stick, I don't know what the deal is with this. Obviously, these mods haven't officially come out yet. But the fact is that the mods work on everything under conditions. But for some reason, none of these apply to Khora. I don't know what the deal was, because these, like Atlas, for example, his Rubble provides healing. And it counts as an ability, but for some reason Venari doesn't count as an ability. When you have something like Wisp, where the moat counts as an ability, you will get the strength bonus on Wisp if your pet is being healed. You will get the strength bonus on Wisp if an ally is being healed. With Wisp having her electric motes, triggers the electricity damage benefit. So you will Wisp will just passively get energy per second for free. The cold, it applies to Atlas. And he needs a stat stick. So I don't know what the deal is. But just word of warning, if you're a Khora main, you can skip these. None of them apply as of right now. Now, obviously, these don't come out until next week. It was a mistake that they were introduced in the game, but if you're a Khora main, you don't give a shit about these. They don't do anything. So, I mean, get them at your leisure. Obviously, farm them up what you can. But if you're a Khora main and in the clan or alliance, you're not missing anything by not getting these. They don't affect Khora in any way, shape, or form. So, there you go. It's a small rant. I'm not going to go into philosophy or anything like that, but for my core remains in the clan and the alliance, none of these things do a fucking thing for you. None of them apply. And I don't know what the deal with that is, because there's a bunch of stuff where it's like, oh, weird, that actually applies. But it counts. But for some reason, on a frame that has a stat stick, where you can mod for all of these and has a pet that specifically heals you, Venari doesn't count as a heal, which is sort of in line with what the philosophy, where it's like an object that's created that can't heal you. But then you have stuff like Wisp Motes, right? If an ally has them, you'll get the strength bonus if they're being healed. So if you have like an Anaros or Nidus, right? But like none of the elements apply. The standard combination for frames that use stat sticks on pseudo exalted is all the elements will apply, but the strength bonus won't if they don't have a heal. But for some reason, none of these apply. So just word of warning, there you go. Have a blessed day. 5 out of 10 hot take. Actually, I'd probably say like a 3 out of 10. So lukewarm, but if you're the core main in the clan or alliance, you don't care about these. All right, thank you guys. Have a blessed day.